Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the Opinion Nation, the land of the free, the home of the brave, and the place where people care more about the issues of a handful of Armenians and fixing the problems in their own lives. This show will be a multi-day broadcast on YouTube, a audio log, if I may, most likely on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And it's just going to be pretty much anything you can imagine. It's going to be talking about things in pop culture, in the music realm, video games, politics, TV, movies, you name it. If it's controversial or if people have an opinion about it, it will show up here on the Opinion Nation. You can expect a few things from the Opinion Nation. You can expect to be offended. You can expect to agree. You can expect to disagree. You can expect to hear things that you've never heard before. You're going to expect to hear things that you have heard before. The Opinion Nation is going to be just that. A channel devoted to opinions. And if you want to get involved in the Opinion Nation, make sure you hit up the comment section below and tell us your opinion about the topics that were discussed on today's show, but also to give me new topics to discuss on upcoming episodes. Today, we're going to talk about something that's always been really aggravating in my opinion, and that's the idea of reality TV. It kind of started, if I may, with Survivor so many years ago, putting a bunch of people on a stranded island and all that good stuff, and the reality TV genre just swept the American nation, just swept the nation, and everybody just jumped on the bandwagon. Now you have an array of different reality shows having to do with every aspect of life, from celebrities to everyday people to cooking shows to clothing designing. Just all these reality shows have conglomerated into what we call the reality TV genre. And it's getting to the point where a lot of them are starting to get really, really watered down. I mean, sure, Survivor was great in its first season. None of them were ever actually in any danger. They had medics on standby. We saw people getting taken off of helicopters because he passed out and fell into a fire. I mean, there were some great reality-style aspects to the show. Cut off from society, no cell phones, no TV. At least I don't think they have any. They didn't show anything on camera. Because that's the thing about reality TV. If you're not constantly able to see what's going on in the show, you cannot really say what's going on in the show. And this, guys, honest opinion, the only true reality TV show out there to date is Big Brother, because you can actually go online and watch the live feed from the Big Brother house and actually see everything that goes down. That's reality TV, ladies and gentlemen. That's you being able to see every aspect of these people's lives for the entirety of the season, entirety of the show, entirety of the game. That is the closest to reality TV that we're ever going to get. These real life shows, and of course I'm going to get to the Kardashians in a minute, all these other shows, sure, they give you aspects, but the thing about these aspected shows is they're so easily turned into non-reality. There's shots that are going to be set up, there's going to be editing, there's going to be programming, and it takes away the real aspect of the show. Shows like some of my favorite reality shows. Sometimes you can't even call it reality because it's more of just a game, more of a competition. But shows like Hell's Kitchen and MasterChef, they have reality aspects to it, especially Hell's Kitchen, because you get to see in the background in the dorm rooms when they're relaxing in between. You can see a little bit of the interaction of the contestants between nights when they're cooking. A little bit of MasterChef, not as much. You don't get to go back into the dorm room with them, but that's my kind of deal. I like that kind of style because they're going for a goal. They're really going at it, and what you see on the TV normally is what you get, especially with MasterChef, because there's really not too much you can do to change your point of view of the show. I've seen a couple of times in Hell's Kitchen where they've had some mess-ups. That's going to happen in TV, where their edits just weren't there right. One girl this past episode, one of the girls that won the challenge had left with the other guy that won the challenge. In the following scene, she was standing there with the other people, still in her black jacket, listening to Chef Ramsay explain the loser's side of the deal. And it's just that little snippet of stuff that really messes up when it comes to reality TV. But the Kardashian show is what I really want to focus on, and people seem to just flock to these Armenians for some reason. I don't get it. I really don't. It started off with this chick, Kim, being friends with this woman, Paris Hilton. And the next thing you know, Kim breaks off ties with Paris, and then she takes off into this big popular person for literally no reason at all. She's famous for being famous. And that's it. She offers nothing to society other than being a whiny, stuck-up brat. Bar none. And the TV show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and the spin-offs like Chloe and Lamar and whatever other shows they have, they call that reality TV, but it's not. It really is not reality TV for 3 reasons. One, the conversations that go on in that show are too prim and proper. They just sit there, back straight, just having a good conversation with each other. But that doesn't happen in a normal day. When you're busy and when you're doing things and when life's going on, you don't have time to always have your hair perfect, your makeup good. I think there's maybe been 1 or 2 scenes throughout the entire show where they've been anything less than going out clothes. I've barely ever seen them in pajamas and the like. And in this guy's opinion, the only people that are actually real on that show are Scott and Bruce. Now, Chloe has her moments. I enjoy Chloe a lot. But Bruce and Scott are the only 2 people that are actually real on the show. Because Bruce, quite frankly, he don't care either way. He's going to tell you like it is, period. And Scott's the same way. Personally, I haven't watched the show every single episode because I can't stand it. However, my wife enjoys it a lot. And when we go to bed and she's watching it, I happen to catch it and I give my opinion to her about it. But Scott and Bruce are the realest people on the show. Everybody else is just fake. Fake, 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 fake. I mean, I know in the earlier stages, Scott was labeled as the douchebag, the partier, the drinker, and all that horrible stuff that they labeled him as. And they're still keep holding that over his head. And don't get me wrong, he's a straight up douchebag. He really is. Scott's a complete douchebag, but he's an entertaining douchebag. That's why he's been staying on the show. I don't care what he says. That's why he's on the show. Sure, he's got 2 kids with Courtney, and he's trying to maintain a relationship with her. But there's been so many times when she should have left him, or he should have left her. She's just too high maintenance. The only person more high maintenance than Courtney is Kim. And if I would have been in Scott's shoes, I would have thrown a couple of back myself, because she is just, it's just crazy. It really is nuts. I mean, for the longest time, she won't even consider the idea of getting married to him, even though she has 2 kids to him. And that just, that blows my mind. Even when they had a child, she would not even let Scott come into the bedroom with her at night, but let the little boy sleep in her bed with him. And for a long time, he had no intimate. I mean, sure, that might be fabricated too, but that's what I gathered. So I give mad props to Scott for hanging on as long as he has. I really have. But that's as real as you're going to get. What I just said to you right there is as real as you're going to get. The whole thing with Kim and Chris, that was a whole publicity stunt. Now with her and Kanye, that's a publicity stunt. To be honest, I don't know if there's anybody on this planet that could keep up with her high maintenance. I really don't. I really don't know there's anybody out there that can do that. If there is, that person is a saint, and I hope she finds him one day. But it's definitely not going to be Kanye. It's definitely not going to be Kanye. And overall, reality TV is just too unreal for me. If you want a real reality TV show, you can find more real reality TV on YouTube right now. You go check the daily vloggers. That's reality TV, because you get to go into their lives not 24/7, but every single day of their lives. So, if you want some reality TV, go check out YouTube, because you're not going to find it on television unless you're watching Big Brother. Because today, still, it's the closest thing we're going to get to actually real reality TV. Thanks for listening for today for the Opinion Nation. Make sure you hit subscribe up here at the top. And you've been listening to the Opinion Nation, and that was our opinion.